Welcome to Q&A Sunday, and today's not really a Q&A session. I just wanted to share an experience, one of my experiences with you in terms of being a teacher. And if you're a Pilates yoga teacher, maybe you feel the same, or you could be an expert in another field, and I'm sure you are still going to resonate with this because it's a part of our discussion whenever we're doing teacher training. We have this discussion, and it does come up quite a lot. So when we do your teacher training, hopefully it's a good teacher training, and you start to realize what a teacher should be doing within a class. So whether that's online, whether that's face-to-face, and you start to see these things like, is the teacher always on the mat? They're not making any eye contact with you. They're not walking around. They're not helping with your alignment. All these little bits and pieces. So when I then go to a class, I know my technique is not perfect. I've got tightnesses in my body. I've got proprioceptors that might not always be spot on. I expect to be corrected. I want to be corrected. That's why I'm paying a teacher to correct me. And often when you do your teacher training and you go to another class, teachers don't want to correct you, whether they're scared or whether they just think, well, you're a teacher, you should know what you're doing, which yes, you should know what you're doing, but we all have imbalances in the body, and sometimes we might not be in a perfect position, or we think we're in a position and we're not really in a position. So I'm definitely one of these teachers that I know I'm not perfect, my body's not perfect, and there's lots of room for improvement, especially as I'm getting older. So one thing I've realized is, like, there's days that I wish I never did my teacher training, because it makes finding a good teacher really hard. So there's lots of times I go to classes and I leave and I'm feeling quite angry because the teacher's not helped other people in the room with their alignment. All they've done is stay on their mat for the whole class. And I do have to put blinkers on. And then it's like, it's not my job to correct other people. I'm here for myself. But quite often than not, I leave feeling annoyed and frustrated. And then it's like, do you know what? Some days I wish I never did my teacher training. So don't think just because Pilates teachers or yoga teachers have had their training and they come to your class, don't think that you can't correct them. I do know of teachers that you definitely don't want to touch because their egos are that big. But I would love to be corrected. I'm paying a teacher to correct me. So, have a discussion. If you've got if you've got a teacher in the class, speak to them. Try and gauge their personality. So there's only one teacher, maybe two teachers that I can think of, actually three. So my husband, I would come to his class any day. I'm not keen on the way he teaches, but I know he will look after my body and he will make sure that I'm safe. There's another teacher in Wales, and I love her classes. Oi, that's not a toy. Come here. There's another teacher in Wales, and I know that she would look after my body if I was in. And then there's my yoga teacher in Cyprus, Vanessa, giving you a shout out, who I know would look after me 100%. And those are the only people that I really trust. If you think of the sea of Pilates and yoga teachers, and I can name three on my hand. Obviously, there's teachers I've never met online, and I do their classes because I like their cueing, and they spend time with the alignment. My little ones found my microphone box. So, a good teacher should be checking your alignments. They shouldn't be on the mat the whole time. And I'm not talking about online, because obviously the teacher needs to demonstrate the whole time. I'm talking about face-to-face classes. A teacher should be getting off their mat and looking at you. They should be making eye contact with you. They should be assessing to make sure that exercise is appropriate for everybody in the class, not just expecting everyone to do the same thing. So, yes, there are times where I regret doing my Pilates and yoga teacher training, which is why I don't really go to many classes now. But let me know if you feel the same way. I'm sure I'm not the only one in the world that has these days where I get quite frustrated with the standard of teaching. And that might be a hoo-ha. Anyhow, there'll be trolls and haters anyway. So take care. That was my rant, or just my experience about actually being a teacher and how hard it can be to find a good teacher. So take care, and I will be back with a Q&A next Sunday. Bye.